Selenium class 4, Selenium test process or Selenium test life cycle. Yesterday we discussed software test process or STLC. Today, Selenium test process. See, first phases in Selenium test process. See, phases in Selenium test process. See, first one, test planning. Next, generating basic tests. Say in software test process, generating tests is only one phase. Here divided into two subphases. What is generating basic tests? Creating plain navigation. Next, enhancing tests. Enhancing tests means inserting verification points, adding comments, parameterization if required, next synchronization if required, etc. with respect to requirements, test requirements. See, generating basic test, simple task. Next, enhancing test, some complex task. Next, fourth one, running and debugging tests. Running and debugging tests. Next, last one, analyzing test results and reporting defects. Analyzing test results and reporting defects. Okay, these are the 5 phases in Selenium test process. First, I am taking test planning phase.
Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir. This is Gurunath. Sorry, it's a bit. Can you explain one quickly, sir?
No. You watch required session. You just I indexed phases in Selenium test process. Just indexing. I am going to explain now. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sorry, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. See, I just indexed the phases. You try to join in time, otherwise watch recorded session. No repetition. And one more thing, today I didn't explain anything. Just indexed the phases in test process. Now I am going to explain. Okay. See, test planning in Selenium test process. See, here what are the important tasks? First one, get application environment details from development team. Get application environment details and from development team. Get environment details. What environment? Application environment from development team. Application environment means here important details are UI design technology, UI user interface design technology and database information. Database. Forget about what is web server, what is application server, etc. UI design technology and database. get application environment details. Next task, say functional test automation tools are object-based test tools. Based on front-end objects only, they perform test operations. But exemptions are there. For database testing, no front-end object reference required. Okay. Say, in order to analyze the AUT, first we need to get environment details. Next, analyze the AUT. See, analyze the AUT. Smita, AUT stands for
Application under testing.
application under test. Application, see real-time term, application under test. See, analyze the AUT in terms of object identification. In terms of object identification. Object identification. Say, already I told, major challenge in functional test automation, object identification. Suppose if tool identifies all of our application front-end objects, then automation is very simple. You take UFT, RFT, Silk Test or Selenium. Major challenge is object identification. If tool can identify all front-end objects of our application, then automation is very simple. How to analyze the AUT? How to analyze the AUT? Say, using recording feature in Selenium IDE, you can analyze. Record some scenarios and play back. If tool is executing properly, then no issue. Suppose if tool is not recognizing any objects, then we need to find the solution. See, using recording feature, using recording feature in Selenium IDE, you can analyze. Suppose we are not using Selenium IDE for our project, only Selenium WebDriver. That time, using element inspectors, we can analyze. Put mute. Using element inspectors. Element inspectors. Just a minute. Using element inspectors, we can inspect elements. We can inspect elements. Say element inspectors depends on browser. If it is Mozilla Firefox, you can use Firebug, Firepath external plugins you need to download and install. Next, Firefox built-in feature is there. Have any idea, Preeti? Not Preeti. Just a minute, not Preeti. Smita. Have any idea, Smita? Did you understand my question?
Sir, yeah, you specified that in first class. I'm not remembering, sir.
Okay, cool, no issue. Say, Sanjida, can you hear me? Sanjida Mukul. Sanjida. Okay. Sunil. Say yes or no. Don't be in silent mode. How to what are the element inspectors in Mozilla Firefox browser? Okay.
We have
Say, observe. Using Firepath plugins, Mozilla Firefox plugins, by installing Firebug and Firepath, you can inspect elements. Otherwise, Mozilla Firefox built-in feature also there, that is page inspector.
Is that POM?
Pardon?
Is that POM?
POM is different. Page object model, that is for centralized maintenance of objects. That is different. Don't confuse. Say, using
Firebug, sir?
Already I rejected that question. Firebug external.
Sorry.
Okay, already I told. Using Firebug and Firepath, we can inspect elements in Mozilla Firefox. But built-in feature also there in Mozilla Firefox browser. Built-in feature. See, that is page inspector. Page inspector. Page inspector in Mozilla Firefox. Mozilla Firefox. Next, if it is IE or Google Chrome, IE or Google Chrome, IE or Google Chrome, developer tools, built-in developer tools. See, page inspector in Mozilla Firefox. If it is IE or Google Chrome, developer tools. Observe Neeladri. Launch Mozilla Firefox browser. Mozilla Firefox. And right click. See, just a minute. Inspect element. Q. This is page inspector. Otherwise, you can download and install Firebug, Firepath tools, plugins. Next, if it is IE or Chrome browser, Niladri, IE or Chrome browser?
Yes, sir. Source view.
Developer tools. Launch it na?
Yep.
Okay na, Smita? Smita.
Yes, sir.
Page object model is different. It is page object model is not for inspecting elements. Page object model for maintaining objects in a centralized location. Centralized maintenance of elements or objects. Okay.
Okay.
Next task. Select test cases for automation. Select test cases for automation. See, in this area, no restrictions and no limitations, but 100% test automation is impractical. We try to automate maximum test cases, not all test cases. We try to automate maximum test cases, not all test cases. 100% test automation impractical. For some test cases, human user observation is required, but we can automate most of the test cases. Okay, no restrictions and no limitation for selecting test cases for automation. But some common areas available in the industry, generally we try to automate these three areas. What are the three areas? Test cases that we have to execute on every build. What type of test cases? Sanity tests. Next, test cases that we have to execute on every modified build. Regression tests. Next, tests that we have to execute with multiple sets of test data. Data-driven tests. Tell me, Gurnath, what are the 3 areas? First, test cases.
Test cases is sanity, sir.
That we have to execute. That we have to execute on
After every build, sir.
On every build. Every build. Every
Yes, sir.
software build. Sanity tests.
Yes, sir.
Suppose if it is manual testing, every time taking process. If it is automation, once you automate sanity test cases, tool can execute multiple times quickly. Next, test cases
Regression, sir.
that we have to execute. That we have to execute on every modified build. Modified build. Regression tests. Regression tests. Say sanity tests. Constant. Fixed. Most of the time sanity tests constant. Fixed. But regression tests dynamic. Depends on strength of the development team. First, complexity of the application and strength of the development team. Next, one more category, tests. Test cases that we have to execute. Execute using multiple sets of test data. Multiple sets of test data. Type of tests. Data-driven tests. Data-driven tests. Okay. Say why we need to execute with multiple inputs, Sunil. Why we need to execute tests with multiple inputs?
To ensure with the multiple inputs also the test has been passed.
Okay.
Because like with the different sets of data, we'll ensure that with the different combinations that test is passed.
Less clarity. Less clarity. Can you tell me, Smita, why data-driven testing? Suppose
I think we need to make sure that it is failing for negative scenarios.
Yes, simple one. For positive and negative testing, we conduct data-driven testing. Suppose for valid inputs, my application is responding fine. What about handling invalid inputs? It has to accept valid inputs and prevent invalid inputs. See, simple. For positive and negative testing, we conduct data-driven testing. Okay. Next task, select testing framework and implement. Select testing framework. See, with the help of testing framework, we can group test cases and conduct batch execution, means batch testing, and generate test reports. See, select testing framework. Either suppose if we use Java platform, either JUnit or TestNG. See, TestNG is advanced one. In our training program, we use TestNG. JUnit also similar, same structure, just some syntax variation. TestNG, here NG stands for next generation. Select select testing framework and implement. See, these are the important tasks in planning phase of Selenium test process. Can you tell me, Madhumati, what are the important tasks?
Get application environment details.
Get application environment details from development team. Next.
Analyzing the AUT.
Analyze the AUT in terms of object identification. Next.
Select the test cases for automation.
Next, fourth one.
Select the testing frameworks.
And implement. Okay. Okay, na Neeladri. Shall we move to next phase?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See. Next phase. What is the next phase, Smita? Generating basic tests. See, in software test process, manual test process, test design only one phase. Here divided into two subphases. One is generating basic tests. Another is enhancing tests. What is the difference? Both are combined only. But what is the difference? Generating basic tests means creating plain navigation. Suppose launch browser, enter username, enter password, click on sign in button. This is plain navigation. Next, enhancing tests means inserting verification points, adding comments, synchronization if required, parameterization if required, etc. with respect to requirements. See, generating basic tests and enhancing tests, both are combined activities. Okay. See how to generate basic tests. See, before discussing Selenium, just I will provide generating basic tests in EFT. In EFT, have any idea, Neeladri? EFT, formerly QTP, how to generate tests in Unified Functional Testing, formerly Quick Test Professional QTP?
Yes, sir. It's depend on how we choose the if we choose record and run or object repository or descriptive way.
Okay.
We can write the codes line by line.
Okay, Smita, any idea? Generating tests in Unified Functional Testing, UFT.
It is record and play feature.
Okay, playback is execution. Forget about playback. Recording one method. Next, any other?
Descriptive.
Tell me.
Descriptive programming.
Descriptive programming. Okay. See, observe. In EFT, we have two methods for creating tests. One is object repository. Object in high level orientation, two methods. Object repository based test design. Object repository based test design. Here again two methods, two sub methods. One is recording. Recording uses local repositories. Another is the term is keyword driven methodology. Keyword driven methodology. What is keyword driven methodology? Generating tests manually with the help of shared object repositories. See, you can record test script, otherwise you can type test script by associating shared object repositories. Repositories two types, local repositories and shared repositories in UFT. You can use either recording or you can type test script by associating shared object repositories. This is one method. Next, descriptive programming. Descriptive programming. Here, no repositories. Without object repositories, we can create test scripts. How? By providing objects information directly into test steps. By providing objects information directly into test script, we can create descriptive programming. See here, descriptive programming also two types: static programming and dynamic programming. Static programming, next dynamic programming. Okay, na Gurnath? And one more thing, UFT supports hybrid approach also. For example, in your project 100 tests are there. you use object repository based test design for all 100 tests, or you use descriptive programming for all 100 tests. Otherwise, you can follow hybrid approach. For some tests, you can use object repositories. For example, some 50 tests using object repository, remaining 50 or 40, okay, number, forget about the number. Some tests using object repository, remaining tests using descriptive programming. You can use, you can follow based on your company requirement. Okay, forget about UFT, that is not our syllabus. In Selenium, just understanding purpose, I explained UFT. In Selenium, how to create tests, basic tests. First, suppose if we are using Selenium IDE, say Selenium IDE not suitable for complex test case design, only for simple test cases. So generally we don't use Selenium IDE. If we use Selenium IDE, then how to create tests? Here, can you tell me, Madhumati, how to create tests in Selenium IDE?
Recording clip.
Just a minute, I am asking Madhumati.
Yeah, I think using the recording one.
Using recording. Next, any other method? Suppose I don't want to use recording, any other method?
Selenium commands.
You type test steps using element locators and Selenium commands. Good. Put mute Smita after answering the question. Okay. Okay na, Niladri. One is using recording. Using recording. This is one method. Another method, same. Test script same. Using recording, you can generate test script. You just navigate the application. Then Selenium IDE generate test steps for your actions on AUT. Otherwise, type test steps, type test steps using element locators and Selenium commands. Selenium IDE commands called as Selenium commands. Next, if we are using Selenium WebDriver, Gurnath, if we are using Selenium WebDriver, then how to create test cases?
Selenium
WebDriver.
WebDriver, sir. First we execute the test case, then we enhance the test case.
I am not asking executing. generating, creating. Okay, just a minute. 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 Neeladri, can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Sunil, what about you, Sunil? What is the problem? Typing the message. What is the problem?
Actually, your voice is breaking, sir, for me. I don't know why.
What about other participants? Madhumati, can you hear me or any breaking?
I can hear you clearly.
What about Smita? What about you, Smita?
I can hear you, sir, clearly.
Okay, cool. See, problem from your side, Sunil. You try to disconnect and connect again. Disconnect and connect again. Continue, Gurunath Natarajan. Continue. Gurunath.
Element locator, yes, element locator and other thing is web. I forgot the web.
Okay, okay. Aarti.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How to create tests in Selenium WebDriver? Using element locators
and Selenium commands.
WebDriver. Smita.
Using element locators and WebDriver methods.
Good. Good. Using element locators. Using element locators and WebDriver methods, or you can say commands. You are confusing, Aarti. You are telling Selenium commands in Selenium WebDriver.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Okay, cool. Sunil, can you hear me now? Sunil. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Still?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me properly?
Yes, sir. I'm still having issues, sir. I don't know. Let me restart my system and.
Okay, cool. Restart and connect again. Okay. Observe Neeladri. Final conclusion. How to create tests in Selenium. If it is Selenium IDE, using recording or type test steps using element locators and Selenium IDE commands or Selenium commands. If it is Selenium WebDriver, using element locators and WebDriver methods. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Next, third phase in Selenium test process, enhancing tests. Enhancing tests. Say enhancing test cases is different and modifying test cases is different. Modification term is different. Modifying test cases means modifying the existing test cases with respect to changes in requirements. That is modifying test cases. Enhancing test cases means inserting verification points, adding comments, error handling, synchronization if required, parameterization if required, etc. with respect to requirements. That is enhancing tests. Madhumati, finding the difference between enhancing test cases and modifying test cases?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion?
No, sir, I'm okay.
Smita, difference between enhancing test cases and modifying test cases. When we go for modifying test cases.
Okay, enhancing is like inserting checkpoints and verification points, synchronization. We might be modifying test is something we need to modify some Java code in the test.
Java code or another code, forget about it. If any changes in requirements, then we need to modify test cases na.
Yes, sir.
See, enhancing test cases. How to enhance? See here, what are the important enhancing methods? You used checkpoint term not available in Selenium. Here only verification point. Checkpoint term available in UFT only. That is UFT built-in feature, checkpoint. Here in Selenium, no checkpoint. See, here inserting verification points. Inserting verification points. For example, in UFT, Neeladri, how to insert verification points? Have any idea?
Yes, sir. We can use checkpoint. We can use a conditional statement.
Yes. Say using UFT checkpoints or using VB script. See, UFT supports VB script. VB script conditional statements. Conditional statements. We can insert verification points. Next, come to Selenium. For example, Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE. Preeti Joshi, have any idea? Selenium IDE, how to insert verification points?
Using assert or verify commands?
Yes. Using assert or verify commands. These are one of the type of commands of Selinus commands. See, using assert or verify. What is the difference between assert and verify? That we will discuss in Selenium IDE chapter. Assert or verify commands. Next, if it is Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver. Any idea, Aarti? Selenium WebDriver. Aarti. Selenium.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Sridevi. Sridevi.
Yes, sir. Using assertions.
Using assertions.
Yes.
Okay.
Or command like the Java code, we have if condition.
Yes. Using suppose programming statements. Suppose if we are using Java, using Java conditional statements. Java conditional statements. If statements, switch statement are there. Next, another one. If we are using any framework, TestNG or JUnit, they provide assertion methods. Suppose if it is TestNG, using TestNG assertion methods. Okay na, Smita?
Yes, sir.
Next, parameterization. Important one, parameterization. Parameterization. Okay. What is parameterization? Here I will explain some theory concepts. Important one. What is parameterization? What is parameterization? Next.
Sir, I have a quick question. I don't know what is assertion method, sir. I don't know, sir, about it.
You no need to.
Assertion method.
Assertion method we didn't introduce.
Okay, sir.
In
Thank
test
you, sir.
NG only we introduce assertion methods. Now just identifying. See, I didn't introduce Java conditional statements also. I didn't introduce IDE assert verify commands also. Just I am providing a roadmap. Just roadmap.
Okay.
Later we will discuss each and every concept in detailed manner. We didn't discuss test engine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just remember the name. Test engine assertion methods or Java conditional statements. We will discuss later.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Say, what is parameterization? Next, purpose. Purpose of parameterization. Next, what is data-driven testing? Data-driven testing. Next, why data-driven testing? Why data-driven testing? Next, say some people saying parameterization, data-driven testing both are equal. No, parameterization is global feature, data-driven testing is local feature available in test automation only. But you can find parameterization in Java, VB script. You can find parameterization feature in all programming languages and scripting languages and in databases also. But data-driven testing is only available in test automation. It is a local feature. Next, relation between, okay, parameterization is different, data-driven testing is different, but relation is there between parameterization and data-driven testing. Data-driven testing. Observe. What is parameterization? Sridevi, have any idea what is parameterization?
Yes, sir. Giving multiple sets of data.
Multiple, not only multiple. Parameterization. Smita, what is parameterization?
It's replacing constant value using multiple sets of data or using parameters.
Multiple sets of data, not mandatory. Multiple sets of data. Suppose I am calling one user defined function. In that function, two parameters are there. Username, password. I don't want to use multiple sets of data. Single values only. Yes, I can pass single values for user defined methods parameters. See, parameterization means not only passing multiple values, also passing single value. But data-driven testing means passing multiple values only. Passing single value meaningless. See, getting what is parameterization? Replacing constant value with parameter. If it is variable or something. Replacing constant value. Constant value means fixed value. Suppose you are using user ID as ABCD, password as XYZ. Those are constant values, fixed values. See, replacing, just a minute. Replacing constant means fixed. Replacing constant values with parameters. Example, variables. Just a minute. variables or other containers also there, that we will discuss later. Okay, now this concept, Madhumati, replacing constant values with parameters. Next, purpose of parameters. Purpose of parameterization: to pass single value or to pass multiple values. Observe, Smita, parameterization means passing not only multiple values, also passing single value, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
When we pass single value, multiple value, when you pass multiple values, for data driven testing we pass multiple values. When we pass single value, Gurnath, any idea when we pass single value? I already mentioned that one.
Parameterization, sir.
Parameterization only. Neeladri, when we pass single value?
Replacing the constant.
No. Neeladri.
Yes, sir.
When we pass single value?
To a single fixed test, like.
Okay. Preeti Joshi, any idea when we pass single values?
Replacing constant value.
You are telling definition. I am asking when we pass single value. Any relation is there between question and answer? Okay. Say we pass single value when we call user defined methods, reusable components. Getting this point, Smita?
Yes, sir.
Suppose we have some user defined methods, login, customer registration, etc. We used parameters. Suppose I want to call that user defined method. For that we need to pass, I don't want to perform data driven testing. Only one iteration. For that we need to pass values single value for user ID, single value for password. Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Observe, Gurnath, any confusion? To pass single value, when we pass single value?
User defined method when we are using
when we call user defined. See, Java is object oriented programming. If it is structured programming like C, we use function term, user defined functions. But here no user defined functions, user defined methods. See, both are equal. When we call user defined methods, then we pass single values. Next, to pass multiple values. When we pass multiple values, Smita, to conduct
test,
data driven testing. Next, what is data driven testing? Tell me, Preeti, what is data driven testing?
We pass multiple values.
We pass multiple values. That is data driven testing. Enough? Okay, just a minute. Sunil.
Yeah.
Sunil, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
No breaking now?
Yeah, now it is clear, sir. I connected through my mobile.
Okay.
So it's clear now.
Okay, cool. Can you tell me what is data driven testing?
Data driven testing, we do the positive and negative testing in the data driven testing.
Why data driven testing? Why data-driven testing? For positive and negative testing. See, just a minute. Why data-driven testing? For
positive
and negative testing. Just a minute. Positive. But I am asking, what is data-driven testing?
If you need to execute the test cases using multiple sets, then we use data-driven testing.
Testing the same tests using multiple sets of test data. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Testing the same functionality using multiple sets of test data. See. Testing the same functionality or same test case, same functionality using multiple sets of test data. Multiple sets of test data. You know why data-driven testing? For positive and negative testing. Next, final conclusion. Smita, relation between parameterization and data-driven testing. We use parameterization feature in data-driven testing. See, parameterization, data-driven, both are not same. Some difference is there and relation also there. Okay, na Smita, any confusion? Now tell me the difference between parameterization and data-driven testing. I explained relation. Tell me the difference.
Here, in parameterization, will replace a constant with the parameters.
Difference. I am asking difference. Tell me in simple words. Relation is we use parameterization feature in data-driven testing. What is the difference between parameterization and data-driven testing? Data-driven testing means passing multiple values only. But parameterization means not only passing multiple values, also passing single value. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Which one is superior? Parameterization or data-driven testing?
Data-driven.
Data-driven testing means only passing multiple values. Parameterization means passing multiple values and passing single value. Which one is superior?
Parameterization.
Parameterization. And one more thing I told at beginning of this topic, parameterization is global feature. You can find parameterization feature in all programming languages and scripting languages and in databases also. But data-driven testing is local concept. You can find this feature in test automation only. Parameterization global feature, data-driven testing is local feature. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What you know? What is parameterization? What is data-driven testing? And what is the difference? And what is the relation? Forget about that. Next, come to mainstream. If it is UFT, Unified Functional Testing, formerly QTP, UFT has built-in spreadsheet, data table. Using that built-in data table, you can conduct data-driven testing. Means you can parameterize. Okay. Otherwise, using VB script loop statements, or you can import external files. You can import external files, test data files, and connect. Different possibilities available in UFT. Using UFT tool feature data table, or you can import external files and connect. Next, what about Selenium? What about Selenium? Sunil, if it is Selenium IDE, how to conduct data-driven testing? Otherwise, how to conduct parameterization? How to use parameterization feature?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Concentrate. Niladri, how to use parameterization feature in Selenium IDE? You remember second class? Class 2. Class 1 only. In class 1, I introduced Selenium components, Selenium IDE, WebDriver, grid, etc. Can you tell me,
yes.
Preeti Joshi, how to use parameterization feature in Selenium IDE? Just a minute. In EFT, just a minute. In EFT, using UFT feature, tool feature, UFT tool feature, data table, built-in data table, or by importing external test data files, external files. Here files means test data files. Okay. Next in Selenium IDE, continue Preeti Joshi.
Yeah, element locators and Selenium commands.
Element locators and Selenium commands for creating basic tests. I'm asking about parameterization. Sridev, Aarti, have any idea?
No, you said it, but I don't remember right now, sir. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Is it exporting the spreadsheet?
Okay. Observe Smita. In first class, Selenium first class, what I told Smita? Neeladri, what I told?
Yeah, Selenium IDE doesn't have any inbuilt.
Doesn't have inbuilt data, inbuilt spreadsheet, or it doesn't support programming features. So no parameterization in Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE doesn't support parameterization. Sunil.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver also not having any built-in feature for parameterization. No built-in feature like UFT tool. But you can import external files and connect. See, by importing external files, what are the files? Test data files. By importing external files, we can parameterize. Test cases. Okay, na Smita? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. Next, one more important enhancing method, synchronization. All of you put mute. Synchronization. Okay. Say here, what is synchronization? Just a brief idea. What is Here I am not explaining practical concepts, only roadmap for our program. What is synchronization? Next, why synchronization? Next, how to synchronize. How to synchronize Selenium and AUT, application under test. Preeti, what is synchronization? It is general term, global term. You can find synchronization in all programming languages and databases also. General definition is, it is a process of matching the speeds of two things, two devices or two missions or two processes. But in our test automation point of view, it is a process of matching the speeds of
tool and application.
Tool and application. Good. Say, what is synchronization? Local definition. It is a process of matching the speeds of test tool and application under test in order to get proper execution. First of all, why synchronization? Say, during test execution, test tool gives instructions one by one with same speed. No issues with test tool. But application executes some statements quickly, some statements slowly. Here we can't blame the application also. Some operations may take more time. Application takes less time for some statements execution and more time for some statements execution. Here we can't blame the application also. Why? Some statements means some operations take more time. For example, enter a value into a 8 box. Application can respond quickly. Click on link. Application can respond quickly. Suppose downloading process, uploading process, they may take more time. Okay. See, synchronization is not required for all test cases, only for some test cases. When synchronization is required, see, Selenium tool default synchronization time 30 seconds. If any statement takes more than 30 seconds, their synchronization is required. Okay na? Neeladri, observe.
Yes, sir.
Once again, what is synchronization? It is a process of matching the speeds of test tool and AUT in order to get proper execution. Actually, synchronization comes under error handling. Nowadays, it is independent topic, but belongs to error handling. Next, why synchronization? During test execution, test tool gives instructions one by one with same speed, but application takes less time for some statements execution and more time for some statements or steps execution. In order to keep them in sync, synchronization is required. Okay, how to synchronize Selenium and AUT? See, here we have two types of synchronization. Two types of synchronization in Selenium. One is conditional synchronization, another is unconditional synchronization. How to synchronize, that we will discuss in synchronization chapter. Just remember what is synchronization, why synchronization. Okay na? Gurunath.
Yes, sir.
Next, error handling. Error handling. Error handling. Say, handling expected and unexpected errors. Handling expected and unexpected unexpected errors. Handling expected and unexpected errors is called error handling. Expected error. When we get expected error, say whenever we use invalid input, then definitely we can expect errors. Suppose invalid username, invalid password. Definitely we can expect error. Why we need to use invalid inputs? Madhumati, whenever we use invalid inputs, then we can expect errors. First of all, why we need to use invalid inputs?
For negative testing?
Yes, for negative testing. Next, unexpected errors. See, I will explain some scenarios. Suppose we are fetching test data from external Excel file. We are fetching test data from external Excel file. Our scripting logic is correct. Our test case logic correct. But that Excel file is not responding. After some time, it will show error. Resource means test data file. In this scenario, resource is not responding. Test script logic is correct logic, but resource is not responding. Next, one more scenario. Resource is responding, but insufficient. Suppose we are fetching data from first record to 100th record, 1 to 100 records. Yesterday we executed the scripts, same script executed properly, but today somebody deleted 50 to 100 records. After 49th record, it will show error. That is unexpected error. See, resource response, one unexpected error scenario. Next, insufficient resource. Next, availability of the resource. Suppose resource not available. Scripting logic is correct. Somebody deleted that resource. That is external file. Okay. Got the point, Neeladri? Unexpected errors. Scenarios for unexpected errors.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, handling expected and unexpected errors. See, Java has exception handling mechanism. Using Java exception handling mechanism, and Selenium WebDriver also having some exception mechanism. Using Java exceptions and Selenium WebDriver exceptions, we can handle errors. Next, an optional one. It is not mandatory, but best practice. Adding comments. Adding comments optional, but best practice. Why we add comments, Sunil? Why we add comments? Comments. Sridevi, what is the purpose of comments?
For better understanding.
Yes, to make the code readable. Okay, that is the primary purpose. Secondary purpose also there, to make the code disable from execution. Suppose we have 100 lines of code. We don't want to execute all 100 lines in this iteration. We want to execute only 50 lines. You can make remaining 50 lines as comment to make the code disable from execution. That is secondary purpose. Primary purpose, to make the code readable or understandable. Okay, etc. These are the important enhancing methods. Next, Niladri. Moving to next phase. Gurunath.
Sir.
What is the next phase? Running. Running means executing. Running and debugging. Debugging test cases. Running and debugging test cases. See, running tests mandatory. Debugging test cases optional. See, running test cases. It is mandatory task. Mandatory. Running tests or test cases. Another name, just a minute. Running or executing. How to run. Here we have two types of test run. Types of test run. Types of test run. One is single test run. Single test run. Next, test batch run. Batch. Executing series of test cases. Test batch run. See, single test run using run command in Eclipse. Run command in Eclipse, you can execute single test case. Batch run using framework either JUnit or TestNG, we can conduct batch testing. See, using testing framework either JUnit or TestNG, we can conduct batch testing, executing series of tests. Batch testing. Okay, na Smita, any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. Executing test cases, simple. Tool can execute. Next, debugging test cases. Debugging. Already I told, debugging test cases optional. It is an optional task. But execution of test cases mandatory. Debugging test cases optional. Why? Suppose we created 100 test cases in our project, 97 test cases executing properly and providing correct output, correct result or desired result. You no need to debug those 97 test cases. For remaining 3 test cases only, you can think about debugging. Okay. Anyhow, it is development term. We are using programming, computer programming in our test automation. So we need to familiar with this debugging term. Actually, it is development term, not testing term. Okay. Here, what is debugging? What is debugging? Any idea, Gurnath, what is debugging?
No, sir. I don't know, sir.
Okay, cool. I think Aarti can answer it. Aarti, what is debugging?
Is locating and isolating errors through step-by-step execution.
Good. See, locating and isolating errors through step-by-step execution. Step-by-step execution. Say, already I told debugging is optional when debugging is required. Okay, it is optional, okay, but when debugging is required, when debugging is required. Observe, Sunil, I will explain 3 scenarios to try to identify when debugging is required. First one.
Sure, sir.
Scenario 1. Scenario 1. Test case is not showing any errors and providing correct output. See, test case is not showing any errors. Not showing any errors and providing correct output or result. In this scenario, is it required? Debugging is required or not?
No, sir, it's not required because
not required. It is not showing any errors and providing correct output, desired output. So no debugging. Debugging is not required. In this scenario, debugging is not required. Next, scenario 2. Just a minute. Scenario 2. Test case is showing errors. Test case is showing errors. Suppose if test case shows errors, definitely you can't expect correct output. If test case shows errors, you can't expect correct output or output. In this scenario also, debugging not mandatory. First correct the errors. First solve the problems. After correcting errors, definitely you can expect, you can get correct output. Otherwise, you can debug. See, in this scenario also, debugging is not mandatory. Just debugging is optional. Suppose after correcting the errors also, still it is not providing correct output, then debug. Otherwise, no need to debug. This is scenario 2. Next, scenario 3. Typical scenario. Try to understand this scenario. Test case.
Second, I didn't, sir. This is Gurunath here. Second, test case is showing errors. Debugging is optional. What does it mean, sir?
Test case is showing errors.
Optional. I didn't get, sir.
2 possibilities. No debugging or debugging. Suppose we have 2 test cases. Observe. 2 test cases are showing errors. You take first test case showing errors. Then what you do first? If test case is showing errors, first you need to no debug. First you need to test case not showing errors, then debug.
Okay.
Test case shows errors. Why you need to debug? First correct the errors.
Okay, sure, sir. Okay, got it.
First correct the errors. After correcting the errors, suppose test is now showing correct output. Then you no need to think about debugging now.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Yes, sir.
In second test case, suppose in second test case also some errors are there. Errors showing.
Yes, sir.
First correct the errors. After correcting the errors, you execute the test case. So after correcting the errors also, still it is not providing correct output.
Yes, sir.
Debug. That's why I am telling debugging is optional. Suppose after correcting the errors, if it is executing properly, then no debugging. Otherwise, debug.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. See, test scenario 3, typical scenario. Test case is not showing any errors and not providing correct output. Observe, Sunil. Not showing errors and not providing correct output. See, if test case shows errors, then we can correct the errors. Otherwise, how to correct errors? Not showing any errors and not providing correct output. Here, debugging is required or not. When this type of situation occurs, I will explain. First of all, observe. In this scenario, debugging is required or not?
Is required, sir.
Required. Observe. In this scenario, debugging is required. When this type of situation occurs, observe. Suppose at one point of time, as per my test requirement, I need to use x equal to a plus b. This is the desired formula as per my test requirement. But mistakenly, I used multiplication operator instead of addition operator. Is it syntax error? No. Is it runtime error? No. It is human error. In order to locate this type of human errors, we need to debug. See, as per scripting or program logic, it is not error, but our test requirement point of view, it is error. Getting this point, Smita?
Yes, sir.
See, instead of addition operator, we suppose if we use multiplication operator, it is not error as per programming logic. As per this operator, it evaluates, but our test requirement point of view, it is error. In order to locate this type of human errors, we need to debug test cases. Got this point, Gurnath Natarajan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. How to debug, that we will discuss in practical chapters. Next, last phase in Selenium test process, analyzing test results and reporting defects. Analyzing test results and reporting defects. Observe, Preeti. Analyzing test result and reporting defects. Two tasks. Analyzing result. Is it tool responsibility or user? User means tester. Tester responsibility.
Tester's responsibility.
Okay. Next, reporting defects. Is it tool responsibility or tester responsibility?
Tester's responsibility.
Tester responsibility. See, here no tool integration. No tool direct integration with Selenium. We need to use other tools for test management or defect management, but no direct integration. We need to enter defect details and send. Okay, first come to this point, analyzing test result. Analyzing test result. Okay, analyzing test result. First of all, Selenium doesn't provide test reports. Why? In Selenium WebDriver, no built-in test reporting facility. Suppose, for example, Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE provides test report, but summary only, no detailed test report. Summary only. See, Selenium IDE provides summary only. Test results for every test iteration, every test case iteration. This result summary only. Okay. What is test iteration? test and test iteration. Test means test case. Test iteration means cycle of execution. Suppose one test case is there that we executed 10 times, 10 iterations, 10 test results required. See, Selenium IDE provides test result for every test iteration. Next, Selenium. What about Selenium WebDriver? Sridevi, what about Selenium WebDriver?
Yes, sir. It provides,
It provides
don't have reports.
See, Selenium WebDriver doesn't have result reporting facility. Okay, no issue. Using either JUnit or TestNG, we can generate test reports. See, using framework JUnit, using either JUnit or TestNG, we can generate test reports in a Selenium WebDriver.
This is Gurnath here, sir. First sentence, sir. For every test case iteration means I didn't get, sir. What does it mean, sir?
Already I explained that one. Test result based on test iteration. Suppose you have one test case, you executed only once. How many iterations?
One iteration.
Suppose one test case is there. Test case is single. Suppose login test case. Suppose you executed the test case 4 times. How many iterations?
4 iterations, sir.
How many results?
4.
4 results now. First iteration result, second. Suppose first iteration result some problem, second iteration okay, third iteration same, like that is iteration, cycle of execution. Then what is the problem?
Okay, got it, sir. Got it.
Say using either JUnit or TestNG, we can generate test reports. Okay. Okay, na Sunil?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here I will provide one general topic. General status of test result is not only in Selenium for test automation. Status of test results. Status of test results in functional test automation. Say in Selenium we consider just pass or fail, but we have 4 types of result status in functional test automation. If it is UFT or RFT or Silk test or Selenium, maximum 4 types of result status. But in our Selenium, we just consider pass or fail only. I will introduce all types. Observe. Pass. This is one status. Pass status. Smita, when we get pass status,
If expected is equal to actual result.
If expected equal to actual, then you can get pass status. Okay. Next, easy. Fail status, Neeladri. Fail status.
Yes, sir. If it's not expected, it's equal to.
If expected, not equal. Not equals. actual. Then fail status. Next, just done. For example, if there is no verification points in a test case, that time just done. Done means test executed without errors, but no verification points, so no pass or fail criteria. Say, if there is no verification points, if there are no verification points, then done status. If there are no verification points in a test case. Next, one more status, warning. Put mute, warning. When we get this type of status, if any interruption during test execution, if any interruption, we avoid that one, we overcome. Suppose synchronization problem, interruption in execution, we provide synchronization. If any interruption during execution, okay, forget about done and warning. In our Selenium, most of the time we use, not most of the time we consider pass or fail only. This is general idea. Say analyzing test results. Next, one more task, reporting defects. After analyzing the test results, if you find any deviation from expected, report defects using your company defect management system. By your company defect management system. Say, observe the possibilities. Suppose, first of all, Selenium doesn't integrate with any tool, direct integration. You can use other tools with Selenium, but no integration, no internal communication. You can use these two tools separately. Find, analyze the results. If you find any deviation from expected, then launch defect management tool and report defects. See, Selenium doesn't have Selenium doesn't integrate with other tools directly for defect test management. Defect management. What is the difference between test management and defect management, Sunil? Difference?
In test management, we do use for the requirements and test lab. Defect management, we use the defects tab for.
Say, defect management means reporting defects and tracking defects. Only defect management. Test management means requirements management, test case management, and defect management. Final conclusion, defect management is part of test management. Some tools provide test management facilities, For example, ALM, formerly Quality Center. Next, Jira, some tools only for defect management. Example, Bugzilla, Issue Tracker, PR Tracker. Getting the point, Neeladri? Defect management is part of?
Yes, sir.
Part of? Concentrate.
Part of test management.
Part of test management. Defect management.
We use
management. Just a minute. Defect management means only reporting defects and tracking defects. Test management means requirements management, test case management, and defect management. Defect management is part of test management. Neeladri, you are trying to say something?
Yes, sir. We use Team Foundation server for test management and defect management.
Pardon?
There is a tool called Team Foundation server.
Okay, so many tools available in the industry. So many tools. Some tools are vendor tools, for example, ALM. Some tools open source tools, for example, Bugzilla, Jira, etc. So many tools available. Okay, just a minute. One small case study. Functional test automation. Functional test automation versus defect management. Defect management. Functional test automation versus defect management. Here we have different scenarios. For example, one scenario, for functional test automation, we are using Selenium. Defect management, we are not using any tool, just a manual process using Excel spreadsheet, predefined defect report template. Then what is the defect management process? After analyzing the test results in Selenium, if you find any mismatch, open your company prescribed defect report template and enter defect details, send using your company internal mailing system. Next, another scenario. For functional test automation, our company using Selenium, defect management tool. Suppose Bugzilla or Jira, any one, not all, or Jira, etc. Next, after analyzing the test result in Selenium, if you find any deviation from expected, launch defect management tool. Every tool provides its own template, defect report template, enter defect details and send. See, based on your company environment, you can follow. If it is UFT, Unified Functional Testing, one more possibility also there. If we use UFT with ALM or Quality Center, you can send defects directly from UFT result window to ALM project. Defects directly from UFT result window to ALM project without launching ALM. Why? In between UFT and ALM, integration is there. Integration. But here no integration. See, this is the brief introduction about Selenium test process or Selenium test life cycle. Any queries, Gurnath? Any queries?
No, sir, I don't have, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Neeladri, I'm going to close the session. Neeladri, any queries?
No, sir. Thank you.
Sunil,
No questions, sir. Okay. I'm good.
Welcome. Smita. Preeti.
Sir, I have a question.
Tell me.
Selenium, so do we need to use Bugzilla or Jira tool only, open source tool?
Not Bugzilla or Jira tool only. Other tools also there. You can use any tool with Selenium. Any tool.
It doesn't matter if it is.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. First of all, no internal integration. That time it doesn't matter now. Both are independent tools. One is functional test automation tool. Another is defect management or test management tool. In between these two, user only the communication. Then what is the problem?
Yeah, there is no problem.
User means tester only the communication between these two tools. After analyzing the result, report defects in defect management tool or test management tool. User is the communication. User is the only communication. Then it doesn't matter if it is Bugzilla or Jira or any tool. Some companies use local tools, in-house tools. You can use in-house tool. You can use either vendor tools or open source tools or in-house tools, any tool. Okay.
Okay. So in Selenium or any defect tracking tool, can we create a traceability matrix?
If you use test management tool, then you can create traceability matrix. If it is only defect management tool, how can you create traceability? If it is test management tool, you can maintain traceability, requirements management, test case management, and defect managements are there. You can map requirements with test cases and defects. But if it is only defect management tool, no traceability.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay. Aarti, Sridevi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you.